All right, sorry about that. Someone called, and again, like I said, I'm still new to this thing, and so it just stopped that video. But pick it up. So give you a little history. Like my sister, her whole as she got older, she had a lot of gay friends, and so she was able to see. She was like a fag hag, so she was able to see anything. So she was the one my mom had was with that day, and so I called my sister and I remember my niece answered the phone and she was like, Uncle Jeffrey, she's asleep. And I was like, get her on this phone. Because if you don't wake her up and get on this phone, I'm coming to wake that house up. Everybody's getting up when I get over there. And so, so she gets my sister on the phone. My sister's like, hello. I went just crazy on her. I was like, I cannot believe you told mom something. You don't even know what the hell you talking about. Like, I went all off. I was telling her all kind of, you don't need to worry about who I'm fucking. Worry about who your daughter's fucking. Like, I was on one. And my sister, she's kind of like my second mom. She's my oldest sister. Um, and she was like, Jeffrey, you don't talk to me like that. You're not going to disrespect me like that. I was like, you need to remember, I'm your brother. I'm not your child. You don't tell me. And so it was just so much. And so I hung up the phone and I'm racing to my mother because I had to tell her. So I get there and she's just sobbing. And I'm just like, let's just talk. And so I told her, I said, well, what happened? And so she said that she was at the beauty shop and she brought up the guy I was seeing. She said she had told my sister, Jeffrey got this boy who's always around him. Like, what is going on? And she said, then I met him and I think he's a little. And so my sister goes say, well, Jeffrey is too. And so my mom was like, what? And she was like, stop acting like you didn't know. She said, you knew Jeff was gay when he was having issues at school. And that thought of someone on top of me, someone, I guess, penetrated me to the point where it caused health issues. That triggered my mother because it's like, this is my son. I'm the baby. I was her baby. So I am her baby. And so she was like, that sent her for a loop, and that kind of thing. And so we talked about it, and so she's crying and she's boohooing and she's like, is it something I did? I should have let you play sports. I should have let you do this. I should have let you go live with your uncle. All of those kind of things began to go through her head as to all the things she did that were wrong. And I had to stop her. I said, Mom, that all that stuff has nothing to do with anything. I said, let's start here. Yes, that guy, that is someone I was seeing. I said, we are no longer together. That's something recent. We're no longer together. That is someone I was seeing. I said, but even just to soothe your mind on what she was talking about when I was away at school, I wasn't having sex. And I was like, and I don't even have sex like that. I was like, I've only been at this point was with three people at that point. So I was like, it's not a thing. Because, as you start to explore, you kind of realize what you want, what you don't want, what you can't take, what you're not going to take, that kind of stuff. So, there were, so I said, so that had nothing to do. And I said, and even the guy I was seeing, I said, his mama and his daddy was in his life. I said, he played sports. He was All-American. He played basketball. He played everything. I said, so none of that stuff has anything to do with anything. And I said, in this choice that I am choosing the way I'm choosing to live my life or the way I'm choosing to explore my life, it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with me and what I'm attracted to. I said, so please, don't blame yourself and all those kind of things. And so, kind of, she calmed down and that kind of thing. And so when I left, she was like, oh, I love you. And so we went on about our way. And I remember the next morning, my mom called me and she said, a little emotional. She said to me, I just was calling to tell you that I love you. No matter what you are, no matter what you do, how you choose to do it, I love you because you're my son. And that was it. And at that moment, I was out. And it was so liberating. And it wasn't a thing that I needed to be out so that I could go wear girl clothes or, I could truly be myself and just be over the top feminine. I didn't change. And I made sure that was what it was, that nothing changed from my family. It was just that they knew. They knew it was out. And so that was it. I didn't bring anybody around until I felt like they were somebody that needed to meet my family. I didn't do, and it even put me to a point, I didn't even go to the club, the gay clubs in Indianapolis. I never went to those because what was crazy was the gay club was down the street from my mom's church. So I never wanted anybody to be like, oh, I saw your son coming out the club or that kind of thing. So I never did those kind of things. I never did anything that would bring reproach upon my mother. I never wanted that to happen, or my family. I never wanted them to ever have to defend me for anything. So I didn't operate the way, and I didn't change who I was. I was still the same person. You just knew that about me now. And that's what I can honestly say that I love about my family and my friends, even my best friends. Like, I took them to Steak and Shake, and I was like, okay, I got to tell you something. And so they was like, well, we kind of knew, we knew, but and like even when I came out to, so my one of my friends, I call her my sister now. I remember I came out to her boyfriend because we all would get together, change it in the same room, like all that kind of stuff. And so I didn't want that to ever be a secret or something that would come out later. And then him to feel like, oh my God, I was changing in front of this nigga and all that kind of stuff. And so I remember, and he used to pick me up because we would go skating. So he would pick me up, and I told him even, and I told him, now I'm gonna tell you something. I said, I want you to freak out. I said I am gay. I do like guys. I said, but understand this. You on your best day and me on my worst. You not my type. I said, so you don't ever have to worry about that. And even then, it wasn't like a, oh, I don't fool with him or all that kind of thing. When I tell you, it was almost like nothing changed. It was almost like it was closer because he was another one was like, well, I mean, I think I kind of knew, and that kind of thing. So he never treated me any different. And even to this day, I've never been treated indifferent by him ever, or any of my friends or my friends' family or any of that kind of stuff. Even my nieces and nephews that know, like, I'm not even like, oh, that's my gay Uncle Jeff. Like, that's not anything like that. Oh, that's my Uncle Jeff. Like, because I've always decided that this was how I chose to live my life, was that I wanted to be a man first before I was a gay man. I just chose to use gay as a pronoun instead of or is that a pronoun? Adjective, sorry. Yeah, adjective. But I wanted that. I'm a man at the beginning. At the end of the day, I get up. I put men's clothes on. I put, and please don't be offended anybody out there. There's nothing wrong with any men who out there that choose to wear ladies' clothes. But I'm just saying the way I chose the path and what's comfortable for me, even still to this day. I always wanted to be a man first before you could say he's a gay man. And so my nephews, and my nieces, they respect me for that. Now one of my nieces, she's like, yeah, I have my gay friend, so, yeah, but he's a transgender. I said, well, huh, let's rewind. He is transgendered. He sees himself as a female who likes men, so he is transgendered. So let's align that. And then secondly, our struggles are not the same. You know what I'm saying? I said he has a different walk. He has a different struggle in this lifestyle of the LGBT community. So, I said, so some of those things we can't associate. I said, but if he needs somebody to talk to, you're more than welcome to give him my number. Because sometimes people just need a sounding board and that kind of thing. But again, like I said, I've been very, 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 very blessed to have just a beautiful group of people around me. Even my middle sister. My middle sister, me and her, we fight all the time. Like, literally, probably now we might be under a slight disagreement now. But needless to say, she has never, ever judged me. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. She's never judged me. She's never allowed her kids to be disrespectful to me. And not that they've ever been that way, but it didn't even matter to her, even though we fought all the time. But she loved me in spite of it, and that's the beauty about this thing. And don't get me wrong, everybody's story isn't the same because there are a lot of gay teens, transgender teens, those kind of things that flock here to Atlanta because they come from little small towns where people are not accepting and people throw their children away. Even just to reference Pose, that whole storyline builds itself off of that, because where families have turned on their families and sent these kids out here with nowhere to go. And luckily, they came across somebody who had the same struggle and decided to, hey, I'm going to help you along the way. Because guess what? Either somebody helped me, or guess what? Nobody helped me. And it would have been helpful to help someone else. So I say, and I think the whole purpose of my whole video of this coming out story is that, to that little boy who's 16 years old, and you don't even, you just know that you feel indifferent, that you're different, and that you're not attracted to females. Or if you're a female and you know that I don't like boys, I like women. My thing is, live your most authentic self as you can, and live the best you can now until you can be your true authentic self. Try your best to surround yourself around people who love you, and that you can identify that are going to love you in spite of it, because it only gets better. It only gets better, even in its roughest time. It gets better. Like I said, I'm 30. This year I turned 35. I came out to my family when I was 20, so that was 15 years ago. And it freed me. And my thing is not that I was really hiding, because I'm not doing anything. I wasn't doing anything more than what I was doing after I told them. But it freed me that I didn't have to be concerned about what anybody thought, because my family knew and they loved me in spite of. And not to say that that's everybody's story, but it gets better. Even at its roughest time, when if you there are stories of people being beaten, and there, I think it was even a dad on the news one time that killed his son, and or even the young man who just committed suicide, because people like that. This video is for everybody, every type of person. It's for the mother, the single mother who blames herself as if that this is a shortcoming of hers. And again, it's not a shortcoming. It's just, it's a difference. It's another level of difference, in humanity, and that's really all it is. So as this, we go into October and we start to wrap up our Pride months. We definitely don't necessarily need a month or a day or a weekend or anything like that to be prideful about who we are. But I definitely want, this story to touch somebody. Whether, like I said, the child that's scared to come out to their family, a mother who thinks that she sees something, that maybe that their child is gay, or that they are going to be gay, or that kind of thing. My thing is, the best thing you can do is to love them until they tell you, and then once they tell you, love them continually. My thing is, you can set boundaries and expectations and all of those kind of things, because realistically, my mom never set those with me. I set those myself. There were certain things, because I knew how my mom felt. So there were certain things I was not going to ever discuss with her. She wasn't ever going to be, privy to anyone in my life if I did not deem them worthy. So my thing is, going back to what I was saying was, there's nothing wrong, but love your loved ones. Love your loved ones. There are people hurting. There are people older than me who have never came out to their families and are still living, this lie. And my thing is, if that's how you choose to live, that's how you choose to live. If you want to keep it a secret, that's your business. I'm not telling that you have to come out, but I'm just saying that, you'll live a better and a more freer life. Yes, I have struggles. Yes, I have, I'm walking down the street and still strangers call me fag, all that kind of stuff. I, I don't, like, I can't control what an idiot thinks. Like my mother used to say back in the day, you can't argue with a fool. And I don't. My thing is, you can say what you would like to say. Just don't put your hand on me and we'll be okay. But, just for everybody involved, like, just love each other in spite of it, because it's a difference, and love people in spite of it. And that's really, what this is all about, what the LGBT community is about. And please forgive me, there are others. There's LGBT, I think it's QIA, but please forgive me. I don't know all of those, but there's so many things that are encompassed into the LGBT lifestyle. You know, those that are affirming, those that are supporting us, and all those kind of things. You know, I thank you. I thank my family. I appreciate my family. I appreciate my friends. I appreciate my friends' family who love me in spite of, and all of those things. You know, I definitely appreciate it. So, if nothing else, I can leave you with is, you know, love them, love your family, and also if it's you, love yourself enough to live the best and the freest life that you possibly can, however that is. If that means in the closet, if that means down low, if that means discreet, if that means open with a rainbow flag on your back as a cape every day. My thing is love yourself enough that you live your free and your most best life that you possibly can. So that's really all I have. You know, definitely have more stories and those kind of things I'm going to share with you all in the future. But I thank you all so much for listening. I thank you all so much for watching and subscribing and you know, showing me love and support and that kind of thing as I start to grow this channel. And again, I just pray and hope that this video touches somebody, something out of it, that it touches somebody, that it allows them to be them in their most true and authentic form possible. So thank you so much, YouTube, and I will see you on the next video. Thank you.